Hi, lovies. Happy Saturn Day. I hope you guys are doing well. I have some decks already picked out for us, and I started the recording already, but this is a take two. So, happy Saturn Day. I hope you guys are doing well. Our first three cards out for this weekend's reading are Guides, Air, and Fire. And with this energy, I'm getting that we are being inspired to act, okay? Inspired to use the information that we find out, whether that be intuitively or by actual message with this air card, and using that as a guide towards how to move forward, okay? Those are our first three cards out. And I feel like they're very significant as well. We are approaching eclipse season, okay? And it's important that with this one, we really get clear on where it is we're going, okay? Because we're going somewhere. That's what this fire card is giving. We're going somewhere. We're acting upon something, okay? And we have nature spirits, gratitude, and growth. These are really beautiful together. And I feel like even the way that the wind is whipping today, because we have like a wind advisory here in Jersey. And I even feel like that in itself is that air energy as a guide, as a nature spirit, to remind us to come back to a sense of gratitude that we are growing, we are moving past this, okay? We are moving to, bottom of the deck, we have a healer. So somebody could be a healer, or this could just be a healing time for you, all right? And, I think it's important that you see that you are in a time of healing, okay? That you are in that timeline, that your growth and giving gratitude and listening to your intuition and spirit and acting upon that, in like a like a communication with like your best friend, right? Listening to spirit, and spirit also moves through nature. And the animal symbology, even just the way that the wind is blowing. So today the wind is blowing very fiercely here. We even have snow squall warnings. Okay, so there's a lot of change and it's coming in fast. Paired with this fire energy, air and fire are complementary energies. When, with air, fire grows. And I think that that's something to keep in mind this weekend as you get these downloads from spirit, from nature, from your heart, from your moments of gratitude and honoring your growth. You're going to see that you're actually healing, okay? And it can feel a little chaotic. There could be a lot of change all at once, but it is for your highest good. And I really love that for us, okay? Also, somebody could be a healer, or you could need to seek out a healer, or somebody's just acknowledging or finally feeling. This could also be somebody moving out of like imposter syndrome and believing in themselves. Okay, they're healing their belief, where everybody instilled doubt in their mind their whole life. Now they have that sense of belief. Okay, and that in itself is the growth. So wow. All right, so we're gonna pull from the tarot. The first three cards out are Ace of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Page of Cups. Really beautiful energy, really intentional energy, okay? This is, again, that fire. We have, with the Ten of Pentacles, like the most fulfilled new beginning of wealth that you could see, or this could be like actual security, home, relationships, whatever brings you the most fulfillment in tangible form. It could feel very much like the beginning right now of that, okay? With the Page of Cups, it could feel like it is just starting, or in a sense, I don't know why Spirit is saying for somebody, it feels like you're starting all over, but you're not, okay? You're starting from experience. And notice the way that she is admiring this fish. In other spiritual modalities, the fish is seen as success, okay? And I feel like that's what is being admired right now, the small vision of success, okay? Even if it's just very small opportunities and things coming to you first, it's going to grow into this 10 of Pentacles. So it's literally going to get as big as it can get. So like as fulfilled as you dream, that's what you're getting. And that's because of your devotion here to spirit. Again, the Page of Pentacles, something you're starting to see the actual tangible proof of your devotion. Like I was saying, your devotion, your communication with spirit. This is somebody that is in meditation, that is royal, okay? Notice all the symbology here, the staff of power, okay? We have the cobra here, also a sign of royalty. We have the cow, also a sign of royalty and creation. We have people praying and sitting in meditation. Notice the two keys crossed on his solar plexus, which is not by accident, okay? Not by accident. You could be feeling like you're stepping into a new form of yourself, or you're ready to. Notice the 5 here again. We had 32 for the healer card. That's also 5, okay? So I feel like you're moving between a 5 and a 6 energy, where you're seeing the change, and you're actually starting to see the reciprocal reaction of the universe to you allowing yourself to receive for all your hard work, okay? Growth does not get overlooked, okay? You may have to be patient for the pentacles or whatever that is. I don't want this always to be attached to money. Money is an energy, okay? Money is an energy exchange. This can also be, healthy relationships, a promotion. This could be something, a new home, or the opportunity to buy a new home, or, starting to see that your savings is getting enough for you to make a move on something, okay? I don't want you to always think that it's money. For some people, that's just stability. Like just having enough is that wish fulfillment, okay? So it's your gratitude is and your perspective is what helps you see that. With the Tower here, where there is something, chaotic, right? We were talking about the change, that it could feel like that, but that's also breaking away from people and things that are not for your highest good, okay? We have the Hanged Man and the Ace of Pentacles here. So this is Piscean energy. Do not get stuck in your emotions so much that you prevent yourself from seeing the blessings that Spirit is literally offering you. We had the Ace of Wands earlier. We had the Page of Pentacles behind this. Now to the Ace. To the Ace. That's literally the communication with purity and acknowledgement from Spirit for your devotion. You're almost like walking through that gateway there, okay? Gateways, keys could be very significant at this time. We have Death and we have Queen of Cups. So there could be a water sign involved here. This person could be a Scorpio. But this person is also acknowledging the same energy as the Tower, that some shit just has to end, okay? And it's not because you're not emotional. It's because you're emotionally mature, and that is your growth. You're acknowledging the stuff that cannot go with you. You had the Tower, the Hierophant, the Hanged Man, Death. Like, those are all major, major arcanas. Like, you cannot skip over there. And then the Aces out here, and the 10 of Pentacles. The Ace and the 10 are almost like the same energy, but the Ace is showing, like, that connection with Source, too. So I feel like it's important that we honor our emotions, honor our growth, and understand that we cannot move forward with certain things. And there are certain things that because we've devoted ourselves to a higher spiritual practice with this Hierophant energy, or even just a daily practice of gratitude, it's going to require us to grow. Notice that her dress almost appears as water. We have calla lilies here, also expressing purity. There is some type of purification going on right now within self, within spirit, okay? Feel all your emotions. Allow yourself to cry. If you're having big emotions, it's okay. We just came out of the Leo full moon, which is literally the heart chakra, okay? So because we're in the air sign and the opposite is fire, we are in that air and fire connection still, okay? In that axis, we have the Queen of Cups here. Again, showing the turtle, home, stability, okay? So somebody could be moving or just wanting a healthier home dynamic, or wanting opportunities for like stability as well, okay? Holy Spirit, is there anything else in this deck that we need to know for um, we have the Queen of Wands after the Queen of Cups. Okay, again with the fire energy. All right, bringing creative energy. Black cats can be significant. Sunflowers, also the color yellow, red, and green. The bottom of the deck, we have Nine of Swords. So I feel like people could maybe not be seeing all the emotions that you're having right now. You know, maybe you're crying in private, or feeling so overwhelmed, or feeling beyond your burnout phase. Like if burnout was a year ago, you've been still functioning for 2 years. Okay, so like you're still persevering. But Spirit is saying to lean into your growth. And there's nothing wrong with, there's nothing wrong with feeling those feelings if that's legitimately what is happening. So give yourself time. Also roses could be significant. You could, with the blanket here showing roses, that's really standing out to me at this time. Roses also heighten the vibration. Okay. With the cross here in this card, there could be the passing of somebody, or somebody could be dealing with some type of faith or issue. Okay. We have, from this deck, we have train, moving on. We were talking about going with the flow, new direction, going away, new endeavor. Don't be inflexible. Okay. You have to remain flexible. With the thunderstorm here, this is giving power. This is giving the change. Notice the first two cards from this deck that came out is a 5 and a 6. I was talking about that. We're in that energy right now. Okay. We have power, destruction, trouble, a warning, an energy shift, triumph over evil. We have conflict, opportunity to overcome. So although it may have seemed like we had the Tower, the Death, the Hangman, the Nine of Swords, like all this emotion, it's not necessarily bad. It's just almost like triumphing over evil, or the power to heal from a destruction, okay, or from a reset. We have the Beehive and the Oak Tree. Oh my gosh, these cards together are beautiful, and I could not have picked better cards for this reading. Okay, I'm actually shook that these cards came out like that, because that's what I was seeing before with the other tarot deck. With the Beehive here, this is 8 and Taurus energy. Beautiful energy. Beautiful. And it's giving the Ace of Pentacle cards as well. It's talking about being diligent, persistent, stamina, tireless. We were talking about that Nine of Swords being completely burnt out. This is showing that, even though you may have felt like that, you still stayed devoted. You still put in the work. You still, you have endurance. Almost sometimes that eludes you. You don't know where it comes from. It comes from source. It comes from you having a grateful heart and being a good person. Okay, we have fruitful, busy, conscientious, effort, patient, and concentration. And then we have the 10 in Virgo, guys. This is Oak Tree. This is the 10 of Pentacles. This is literally the same energy here. Okay, permanence, enduring, heritage, renewal, stability, shelter, protection, growth. We have growth here too. Okay, legacy, fertility, deeply rooted, grounding, and connecting to source. I've been talking about that this whole reading. And we also have the lightning bolt card here, this thunderstorm. If you've been with me, since day one, many years ago, you understand how source answered me with the sign of a lightning bolt. I prayed and I said, I'm not even going to divulge my whole prayer because it's nobody's business. But my confirmation, I asked for confirmation for God to show me that it was him. And I, jokingly was like, show me like a lightning bolt or something. And I kid you not, within less than 5 minutes, I went into a Wawa. I get in line. The person in front of me, on the back of their shirt is a lightning bolt. I'm not even, it had to be less than 5 minutes. I'm talking about within 2 minutes. So if you need that confirmation, ask source to give it to you, and then come back and comment on the video if you want to share. Okay. We have the Knight out here, confident, heroic. Okay. This is also giving that Ace of Wands energy. This is one in Leo. That is that. Okay. Confident, heroic, messenger. We did get air. So this is, again, that can be that. We have passionate, fighting spirit, persevering, chivalry, honor, determined, obeying orders, brave, daring, strong, and champion of a cause. So whatever cause that you've been working for your highest good and your growth, you are going to champion it. Okay, you are going to champion it. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Let's pull one last card. And I'll be posting something else a little later. But let's see what the Holy Spirit wants us to know for this weekend. It says, let us run with perseverance and the race marked out for us. Okay, Hebrews 12:1. And it says, the greatest faith is born in the hour of despair when we can see no hope and no way out. Then faith rises and brings the victory. So know that you're a winner. Know that you are a winner. Know that in your heart. And give some, take some time to really just carve out a moment of gratitude for everything that you have. To ask for that connection from God, or that, confirmation from God or source or the universe, however you refer to that creative energy. But I really love this reading for us. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you want to book with me or check out my services, all my information is on my link tree. And if you want to book a service, you have to email me, thepeacepath1212@gmail.com. All that information is on the link tree. And if you need to message me, feel free. But I love you guys. Have a very safe weekend and enjoy Bad Bunny. Okay. Peace.